I've been just really crazy busy. I ran a 7-day challenge, which wraps up today. I've been teaching lots of kids, homeschoolers, how to make sourdough bread. So,
Really?
yeah, lots of crazy. That's how I like it.
And you know what? I've realized that about myself. I've always known it. Let's rephrase that. But if I'm not running in 17 different directions, I'm not at peace.
I know. And it's so funny because all the business coaches are like, you need to focus on one thing only. I'm like, yeah, but like that's not how I operate. I have a lot of fun things I like to do, and I do better
Right.
with variety.
Correct. And I think that while I get the focus, I understand that when you have passions that expand different areas, when you have experiences, wealths of knowledge. I just had a conversation with Widener University School of Social Work about doing guest lecturing and getting in with the social workers on the medical social work piece. I've
Love
been
it.
doing this for 25
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and that has nothing to do primarily with coaching women. It's completely separate, but it's something I love. I love to teach. I love the higher education
Yeah. And I
because
love
yeah, working with residents every day. That is my whole thing where it's, whoa, pause. You've got this tunnel vision and you can't. It's going to kill you and it's not going to serve the purpose. So it's almost the opposite.
right.
Yes, do I want my heart surgeon to be very specialized in hearts? And that's what he knew. But he needed to become an expert at a variety of things. And I can't stand myself for saying he.
Oh,
Damn
it's
it.
okay. I like
No, I can't. It's so funny because your mind just goes right there. So he
it's
or she.
2020. It's 2025. It can be gender neutral that he, she.
Exactly, exactly. But you want them to have that wide variety of experiences
Yeah.
because, yeah, we're never perfected at any one thing. We're never perfect.
And you know what?
So,
I think that's great. It takes
mhm,
the pressure off. You don't have to be perfect. Just
right.
have to add value to people and help them as best you can.
And to feed that purpose. And
Yeah.
it's an evolution. What I thought my purpose was when I started this entrepreneurial journey is completely different now. It looks, and I've had to shift and adjust my plans, my expectations. I had to go back and get a big girl job, and that's fine. I have to bridge the gap. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
But look what you've done.
Yes.
Okay. Let's be honest. This is a big undertaking for those who can
Yes.
see it. This is a big undertaking because a lot of your heart went into this. As I was reading
Yes.
it, I could feel that. I could feel your stories and your direction, and you're just, it's so moving. And it's like it's
I
filled with
am so
knowledge
glad.
and direction. And I showed you before, but for our audience, like I highlighted different parts. That's when you know the book is good. If there's parts you don't want to forget, it's a good book.
And one of the most amazing pieces of feedback that I have been getting, my first, because my goals were, is it easy? Is it an easy read? And does it engage you? And the feedback that I get from clients and even my father-in-law, who is reading it slowly because it's hitting on things.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh my, that for me. I don't care about dollar signs. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about anything. If it is opening a door to someone's emotions, whatever it may be, and whatever level you want it to be, but even just a little peek,
It did for
then
me.
then I have succeeded in what my goal was.
And that's why I
That
want to
first
have you
goal.
on because I want more people to read it. I want them to share and what you've accomplished and what you share. It's really powerful. And you should
And
be so proud.
it's funny being women, it's very difficult for us to give ourselves that pat on the back.
Yeah, but I'm
And
over
I do.
40.
And we're in this age and how I teach my children is to not constantly look for that acknowledgement. Do it for yourself. Do it when you win that race. don't look first for me to be in approval. Be proud of yourself and then enjoy the applause. And it's difficult for women. It's very difficult.
It
And it's
is.
very difficult for me.
I'll be here cheering you on because I think it's amazing and fantastic. And maybe you can give our audience, this is your second time on the podcast, but for those that didn't catch the first one, and I will link the two together, maybe you can just give a little background on how this all came to be. Like, how did you come to write this?
Absolutely. It's been a lifetime journey and it's a lot. And as I've said, it's 11 shades of Meredith Grey. It's just one thing after the other. And when I got sober in 2021, it'll be 4 years on May 1st. And that acknowledgement, that ownership put me in a position to accept it with that, just the clarity of removing the booze
Yeah.
for a good amount of time. This wasn't like stop drinking and then,
Okay.
but it opened that door. And it was in a manner, the person who really helped push me through it was just dead honest. There was no, and it just enlightened me. It freed me. And my entire mission in this book was to let other people know that they're not alone.
Wow.
That's it. Because it is so crazy what I put in that book. And most people would be like, oh, that kid, they can't just be one more thing. But that is life for so many people. It just looks different. So to put it out there and say, hey, even if you just read it for yourself, you don't go out and spread your story, but know that you're not the only one who feels this way, thinks this way, does these things, and can move on.
But the fact that you took all that you went through and now you help other people, that is, I don't know if you'd say it was worth it, but it definitely, it shows your purpose, like for having to go through all that. And
There's no doubt. And it's when I started the foundation for my son's rare disease and the cord blood program, it was exactly that. So that's always been part of me. I was like, this is not going to happen for no reason. There's a reason it landed in my lap. There's a reason whatever universe this is feels that I can handle this. And I didn't. We were delving way into the addiction piece of it. But I got gritty. I got real gritty and figured it out because I just can't sit. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I don't always need to know the reason, but I have to make something of it.
yeah, you're an action person like I am. That's how I deal. My mom had ALS, so I needed to know everything there was about neuro, excuse me, neuro diseases. I just continue to study and learn and study and
Right.
learn. And so yeah, that drives action. And there are people that will just be like, okay, this is part of life. But for me, I totally resonate with what you do. I totally get it. And
Yeah.
do you mind if I just read some of the stuff I
You
highlighted?
go right ahead. I
Okay.
love it.
So I loved the section, chapter 2, on unstuffing the process. So step 1 was acknowledging it. And I love how you say how you do it and an example. So acknowledging it, write it down, say it to yourself, talk to someone you trust. An example, I'm angry because I feel like I have to handle everything by myself. And how relatable is that? Like every one of us have felt like that at some point in our lives. Step
Hmm.
2, feel it. Yeah, this one sucks, but it's necessary. Sit with it, sit with the discomfort, feel the anger, the sadness, fear, whatever feeling there is. The only way out is through it. How you cry, you scream, you punch a pillow, you journal your heart out, whatever helps you to release it. An example, if you're furious, channel that into the workout or creative outlet. And so what I love is you give an action, you explain what it means, like where you get that, and then you give an example. And it's so powerful because I was sitting here and reading it and thinking, yep, I felt that way. Yep, that's what I do. And some of it I've got a good handle on. And others, I'm a good sharer. There are things
Yep.
I do well, and there are things that I'm like, okay, I could do that better. But just, I really like that you address it and you give a way to deal with it. It's not
Right.
just, yeah, you have this. Yeah, this is you. It's
And
something
it's
to do.
and what my goal was is for simplicity, just simplicity. This does not need to be brain surgery. We make the transformation so unattainable in our minds, and I'm hoping that this is no, it's not. It is right there. It's right there at your
Well,
fingertips.
in my opinion, you achieved that. I think you did an amazing job. I love your section on the fear of change. I love all of it, the guilt and the shame, all of it. It's just so relatable.
I appreciate that.
Like,
That is, it is,
expert.
it fills my soul. And to a little bit of our conversation, the starting your own company, taking these risks, doing new things, doing things differently, scary, uncertain. So, what I want people to understand is that these are practices, and they're practices that I do every single day in some form or fashion.
Right.
There's dancing in the mirror, looking at myself in the eyes, calling out my crap on myself on my walk with my dog. That's how I start every day. I go through, okay, what nonsense are you thinking? Let's talk it out. And I look like an insane lady talking
Oh,
to myself, walking my dog.
no.
Don't care.
The good news is everybody wears earpods, so when you're talking to yourself out loud, people actually think you're having a conversation. And
Yeah.
thank God, because my husband was like, "Did you say something?" I'm like, "No, I have pods in."
I have my buds
No,
in. I have my buds in.
I talk
And listening to podcasts such as yours and lean and clean, clean and lean, lean and
clean,
clean,
clean.
lean and clean. And I will also walk and I'll just be smiling.
Yeah,
And my husband's, what is happening with you? I'm like, oh, I got it. You're good.
I love that though. I love it. And there is something wonderful about walking outside and just being in nature. And I think it gets the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
So I just think,
I had
like,
to turn that light down. I didn't realize how bright that was.
oh, I think mine is bright too, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is just for me, and even in a part of the business, doing this book was the best thing for me. And my husband said that. He said, I've known always this was going to be your key.
Oh,
And
how long you been
and
married?
it'll be 22 years, May 3rd.
I
So
love
I
that.
got sober, so 4 years sobriety, May 1st, and 22 years married, May 3rd. So yeah, and it's all an evolution. I think that's where we get stuck. Is this is the way it was supposed to be. This is the way I was told. This is what I need to do. No, if it's not working,
Yeah, you can change anytime.
you can and it and I think people fear the word change.
Yeah,
Change is too much. Change is too drastic.
I love it. I love to.
Evolution though, evolution makes there has to be. You can look at anything in nature. It must evolve
Yeah.
or else it doesn't survive.
And I know the book was always in you, but how long did it actually take to complete the book?
I did this in 8 weeks.
No.
And I will tell you how. So I joined with it's the publishing company is Defining Moments.
Yeah, I know
Um,
plenty.
yep. And it gave me the structure and the support, meaning my writer in the background. So this is me, but I'm not a writer.
Right.
I have to understand that I do not know how to write well, effectively, all of those things. So I knew I had all the stuff to verbally vomit out. I
Right.
needed someone to say, this will flow better. Here's a better transition, blah, 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 blah. And to have the proofreading and the editing and the support to get it going really allowed that. It what the book absolutely was worth every bit of effort, every ounce of sweat
I love
that
it.
was put on all people's sides. And the people that work at Defining Moments, Sharon and Kat, and just absolutely unbelievable. And Melanie Warner heads it up and just has these amazing people. And that absolutely was a step that was terrifying, but the best one I ever did.
I'm telling you, everybody needs to get a copy because it's an easy read, but it's so packed with good information and
I
it really touches
appreciate
your
that.
heart. So I'm going to put a link down below. You go buy it and you read it and you let it change your life. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, my listeners, for listening to us. And Sarah, it's always wonderful to catch up with you. I'm so flippin' proud of you. I just
Thank you,
can't even
Chris, for
tell you.
having me. This is wonderful. I appreciate all the love and support and just
Well,
mwah.
I appreciate you too, and I appreciate the book because it's fantastic. And I'm going to keep sharing it with my groups and make sure that
I appreciate it. Yep.
everybody has a chance to read it. I'm
Yep.
I'm in a lot of book clubs because I'm a book nerd.
You know what? It is definitely a necessary avenue that we all need to absorb.
Yeah, I'm a good old fashioned highlight physical book gal, so I'm going to share it.
Excellent.
So
Thank you so
I'm here,
much.
I'm here cheering you on. I hope when you have sold 1 million copies that you'll let me know and we can celebrate together.
I love it. Yes, I'm going to be on a local news station
Yay.
on Tuesday, the 22nd. Got a couple of events that are popping up. And certainly anybody who wants to work with me one-on-one can just go to my website and check that out as well.
And I'll link that below too, so everybody can get there too.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
All right.
Chris.
Keep in touch.
Will do. Thank
All right.
you.
Note to my listeners, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment